Okay, so this is another way to deal with LED and 12-volt lighting on off-grid systems. Optical, I guess Rose makes this, but you'll see it under a few different brands online. The trick is, it comes in a spool, okay? Some of this can be cut and some not, okay? So some of it has like a little cutting point. The thing is, what you really want to do, if you can, is just order the spool in a length that you know you're going to want to use. And a lot of it's a tubular type thing, but the lights only face one way, and when you stick it up, it'll twist back, and it's kind of tricky to deal with. This one is really neat. It's kind of like a half circle molded on here, real flexible stuff. The wires go inside of it. It's got a peel and stick type thing going on here. Nice heat shrink, real easy to tell your positive from negative, the positive red, negative black. And then on the other end of the spool, of course, you'll have the other connectors for your positive and negative. And this is a really good way to make this kind of stuff work. So the IKEA thing that I covered in another video, the thing is, those lights are about 20 bucks each, and it only gives you about 3 feet of light. And I'm going to say about 3 feet of light, because it looked like a metric thing where it was under 3 feet. So the here we've got 16 feet of light. I don't think it's as bright. I don't think there's a density as far as like how close together these things are. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding a bunch of these in a trailer and just see how many it takes to get that thing lit up on the inside. The other thing that's really cool is, although it's going to be a little bit more into the decorative lighting situation, this is fully waterproof, okay, totally. But you could, if you get a good clean surface on the outside, is you can attach these to an outside. But I think that's going to be a little bit more in the sign making and decorative lighting. I don't think it's, or marker lighting. I don't think illuminating an area with this is going to be quite as easy. But I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting on putting this on the underside of an awning. So this is a little bit of an expansion of the electrical system here as I add components, delete components, move them around. I'm just setting all this stuff up in the same location. It's where I had the wires coming through from the outside for the panels. And just maybe get torn out and redone again, I don't know. But these LED strip lights, pretty inexpensive. I got on Amazon. It's a rubberized type of or polymer type of stuff here. So in testing, it looks like the row's all pretty good. You just kind of unspool it and use the sticky stuff to hold it up onto the metal or painted metal. Seems to work okay. Had a little bad section, and it just seems to bypass it and keep going. No problem at all. At the end of the row is a couple of more wires here, and I got to make sure these don't short out on the metal, but that's where the next row will get attached in. And some of this glue kind of wants to undo, so I'm going to run some zip ties up around to kind of wrap around that in a few spots. Again, kind of industrial, utilitarian, but it's definitely more light than decorative. Yeah, that's definitely more than decorative light. I mean, this is a useful amount of light here. And so as I basically continue kind of a zigzag pattern working through the roof reinforcements on the trailer, we'll get into the darker section. I just want to go back and forth across this, so instead of just having a single dome light in the middle, which is actually going to get pulled all the way out, we're going to have pretty decent lighting, just the whole ceiling lights up, and I think it'll be okay. I think it's going to work out pretty good. It's no single spot is really all that painful to look at, except maybe that right there. That's that natural lighting versus a blue LED. You can kind of tell. Power usage is actually kind of high, believe it or not. We're at 1.9 amps with both lights going. I'll shut this system off right here. Both of those are off. Only goes down to, it probably will go down to 1.6. Yeah, there we go. Drops down to 1.6. It's being drawn. It's one of the great parts of this net meter solar thing. Tells you what's going on. So what happens if I'm running this on both and then we shut off the LED. This thing actually drops down almost not a measurable amount. So the difference between the, you know, each one of these is probably only equal to maybe a foot or foot and a half of the strip light, but that's 16 feet of strip light, so it's a lot. And but that's not bad, you know. It's not bad. So I think I'm gonna buy some more of this stuff and zigzag it through the roof of here, be able to get usable light in the back side of the trailer. And hopefully, you know, we're going to be mobile, ready to do a bunch of work this summer from the mobile workshop, and bring in some pretty cool videos with remote location construction, stuff like that, and keep building the system.